guys. Well, I was looking for a foregrip for one of my guns, and I have a WLRC, so it has the wrist and everything, but I wanted a foregrip. I ended up getting a stubby one, which is great and it looks good, but it only fits 3 of my fingers on it, which is fine, but if you have bigger hands and your fingers wrap all the way around it, and you wear gloves, it's highly inconvenient. The other thing is, I like bipods on my guns, but I don't really want to put a bipod on a assault rifle with the foregrip. I thought it would just look goofy. So I ended up getting...
he went whole hog, and he got a Gripod.
I got a Gripod. So they've combined it together nicely. He's going to let me undo this package. It is by FiDragon, some Chinese stuff, I'm not sure. Don't let China stuff deter you all the time, I guess. There's some good stuff, and I think this is one of them. It says automatic electric gun series, spare and option parts. Does that mean accessories, I guess?
Yeah, accessories.
In English, which I do speak. Instructions on the back. They're really good. They don't use words very often if they don't have
Less
to.
Chinglish that way.
Yeah. Anyway, so first pull it out. It's really heavy. I mean, compared to this, I mean, it's smaller, but it is built by Classic Army. This one's significantly heavier. Everything on this is plastic on the outside, metal across for the bolt, and David will show you the inside in a second. Not yet. But the metal is on the inside spring, that whole setup. If you listen, sounds sturdy. It actually jerks pretty good when the legs slam down. It's very sturdy. My gun's probably what, 6-7 pounds with everything on it. Has no problem holding it up by itself, and I'm pressing down pretty strong on it right now. The attachment here is plastic, but once you tighten it down, it's so long that when you actually have it on your wrist, it doesn't wobble at all. That was something I was really worried about. So if you want to take it apart for him.
Well, he's talking about how sturdy this thing is. It's all plastic or polymer on the outside, which feels really good. And then on the inside, you get into the metal stuff. This catch piece that they use to retain it up is actually all metal, and then from what we can tell from looking down inside of this, you can't see it, but you have to take our word for it. It looks to be that all the mechanical pieces that really have the strain on them are metal. I mean, it feels like a pot metal, but it's got a good cast feeling. It's heavy, it's hefty, it's plenty strong enough. You've got metal spring here, and the way this works is the one spring to push it down, and then it has another one that spreads the legs apart. And they've actually done a really good job at having this keep the legs down together. And what I mean by that is, one thing I was afraid of is that the legs would do like this, and maybe one of them would push in, or it would shift so that the gun could fall over. But it's extremely stable. They just spread farther apart if you put weight on it, and it actually makes it more stable and puts absolutely no wobble in it.
Yeah, it stands up by itself. That's something I wish I had at the last stop we were at. I keep putting it on all this hard concrete, scraping it, pivoting back and forth. As you can see, there's not a scratch on this thing. Powder coating's holding up just fine. I wanted to save my gun. Looks like good thing I put that on. It's clean. So, on a 4-story roof, and I was trying to stick my gun over the edge, and instead of using, you know, a foregrip or something like this, I actually stuck my outer barrel on.
Yeah, one of our products.
Scraped it up a good bit because I put a lot of wear on it, but this is something I will definitely be sporting on my next gun. So, I mean, color, I'd pick black over this one. I got a good deal on it. Airsoft Megastore. It's like 20 bucks. Go ahead and pick one of those up, but I have no complaints about it at all. I love it. I'll probably buy another one.
I can't get over the color. It's not quite, he has that LWRC and it's bronze, and so it's not quite bronze, which I didn't expect it to be, but it's not quite like Cody tan either. So if you're like worried about it and you don't want 2 different colors of tan on your gun, don't get this. But if you just want another tan accessory, go for it. It has almost a pinkish tone.
It looks like they use a red base and then spray brown over it.
It looks like when you buy like DCU camouflage, how that brown color in that looks. It has that like pinkish. Yeah, looks pinkish to me. But that's the only complaint we can come up with, really.
The color, and that's still preference. I mean, it's close to the D-Boy handguard covers that I got. That's the closest thing to it.
Which also are a weird tan
They
color.
are very weird color. But anyway, so overall, I love it. I'm going to be using one, probably not this color, but I'll keep using it. So if it's on my gun, I'd highly suggest it to anybody else.
It's a buy.
It's a buy. Go get it.